Alright, fans, I do apologize. It looks like the same thing that happened for the Gaithersburg stream happened once again here for the Hollow Valley stream. I don't know why this keeps happening, but it just does. My PC keeps crashing in the middle of streaming, and unfortunately, whenever it crashes, it force ends the stream too. Which I don't really know why the YouTube streaming system is set up that way, but yeah. Whenever my PC crashes, the stream is forced to end as well, which is weird, but yeah. So, unfortunately, we did have another crash. Now, fortunately, it was just about at the end of the skills competition, so we can just about jump into freestyle. There are 2 drivers still left to go for 2-wheel skills and best trick, so we are going to run their things because they need their points too. And I don't want to invalidate all the other skills runs we did see. So I'll put a link to the other stream in the comments after this stream is ended so that you can see the first half of the event if you missed it. But I'm not too sure why these things keep happening. It's unfortunate. But we'll try to figure it out at some point. So 2 competitors left to go here in 2-wheel skills. And coming up next, please welcome Tim Hall Jr. Oh, 1 second there, fans. That audio is way too loud. Way too loud. I need to fix that. My BeamNG settings all kind of reset. I don't know why that happened. Let's see how this sounds. This might be right. Let me see where it kind of sits. No, that's not right. Yeah, all my BeamNG settings reset. So my PC crashed and kind of just mixed up everything. So, that was unfortunate. But, please, I appreciate the patience as I try and figure out what got changed here. This has been a really weird little period of time for my streams. They seem to be full of technical difficulties, but I think I do have sound figured out, so we're gonna roll with this. The trucks might be a little louder than usual, but we're gonna work with what I have. So we're gonna get through 2-wheel skills / best trick runs here that need to happen. And then we will get into freestyle as it was supposed to happen. So coming up here is Tim Hall Jr. and the Jurassic attack. Tim, he has had a pretty decent season. He is sitting in 6th place, or I guess 5th place. He's tied coming into this event, so we'll see. Hold on, I need to fix some camera settings. Like I said, BeamNG reset everything. I had everything set up super particularly, and it kind of just threw it all away. So we're gonna get this figured out. You might realize that camera is moving around. That's not supposed to happen. So it's just really weird. I don't know why this is happening. I'm gonna try and figure out everything here. Okay. This might all solve it. I don't know. All these settings are weird. I don't know what does what. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a try with Tim Hall Jr. and Jurassic Attack. Very nice. Onto those front 2 tires. So if anyone knows how to balance a truck pretty well like this, out of this lineup, I'd have to give Tim Hall Jr. some credit. He's actually going to combo it up as well, so we have yet to really see a good combo like that. Venard, I guess, kind of did have a good combo like that, but it was done a little bit differently. So Tim Hall Jr. in the Jurassic attack, giving his best work at it. But all in all, I'm not sure if it's as good as what we saw from Venard. He is going to have to step it up here. Very nice. There we go. Tim Hall Jr. and Jurassic attack. And that is gonna do it. 2 hits. Both of them were pretty solid. I wouldn't say there was anything too extraordinary there for Jurassic attack, but that first hit combination was pretty nice to see, so I'll give him some credit there. Score to beat belongs to Venard. It was a 9.491. The score for Jurassic attack is... it's going to be an 8.491. That's going to be good for second place. So some big points coming in there for Tim Hall Jr. and the Jurassic attack as he delivers his skills run. So again, I know this stream says freestyle. It's because there were only 2 skills runs that needed to happen before the freestyle competition. So we're just getting through those right here, and then we should be underway. So again, I don't know why these streams keep crashing like that, but we're just gonna have to keep rolling with it as it happens. Fortunately, it keeps happening at fairly convenient times, but one of these days it's gonna crash right in the middle of racing or something. Regardless, though, we only have 1 competitor left for skills, and then we can get into that freestyle competition you all are here for. Again, I know this is supposed to be freestyle, but there are 2 skills runs from the first half of the show that could not happen due to the PC crash. So this is the last of those right here. It is Mike Pagliarulo and Excaliber hitting the track. So Mike, a pretty well-rounded driver when it comes to 2-wheel moves, I will say that. As he is setting up here. Very good balance. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. So Mike Pagliarulo and Excaliber walking it on the nose wheelie. Now he's going to moonwalk that as well. So he is making sure this is a pretty nice attempt. Trying to combo it. Oh my gosh, what a save. Oh, maybe? Yes, he does save it. Wow, unbelievable. Mike Pagliarulo saw Venard save and said, I'll show you one better. And he just did one of the craziest saves of the year. That is what I'm talking about. Excaliber getting it done. 1 more hit to go. Unbelievable. So what can he do? What can he do? That is the question. Cole had 2 good hits. Now Mike has 1. Can Mike make it 2? I'll tell you what, if he can, he might be eyeing that overall event championship tonight because he had a lot of points in racing as well. And look at this balance. I mean, this is picture perfect. You want to talk about a good nose wheelie? Mike is giving you one. Oh, and there we go. He's going to nose pick it a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, and he is going to go over. Oh, and the truck's just going to bounce right back. I swear, Mike had something in him today. That truck somehow found its way back on all 4s, both attempts, when I wouldn't really say it should have either time. So, good effort there by the Excaliber. Score to beat belongs to Black Pearl, a 9.491. The score for Mike Pagliarulo and the Excaliber is... it's going to be a 9.417. So close, but that is going to be enough for second place. So Mike getting a lot of points on the board, but it is not enough. He is going to be in second place. So really quickly here, I'm going to count up all these scores. And we're going to move into freestyle because, well, we have some freestyles to watch. So, Zack Garner will get 0 points because he did not compete. So, although technically he did place last place, he did not actually put down any runs, so he will be getting 0 points. In 9th place was Mike Christensen and Vendetta. In 8th place, we had Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. In 7th place, we had Zack Garner and Overboard. Sorry, 8th place was Nick. I think I said 6th. Nick was 8th place. Jamey was 7th. Tyler, Groth, and Velociraptor is going to get 6th place. In 5th place, 5th place is Matt, Pagliarulo, and Jester. In 4th place is Dalton, Widner, and Shell Shocked. In 3rd place is Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. In 2nd place is Mike, Pagliarulo, and in 1st place is Venard. Sorry, I was getting all mixed up right there. It's because usually I take a little break to count up the scores, but in this stream I counted them all up live since I know this event has had its fair share of pauses, and especially with that stream crash, I didn't want to keep holding up, so I decided to actually count those all up and call them all out completely live, because I feel like this event has had to pause plenty enough times. So yeah, that is how we are looking. Your freestyle order will be based on the skills placements. So very quickly here, let me switch this over. We are finally into freestyle, which is what this stream was for. Judging sucks. Yeah, judging, you know, hey, I should say though, fan judging is open for freestyle. So on the channel, we use fan judging and expert judging combined. We use fan and expert judging combined to keep a nice and balanced and consistent scoring atmosphere for the event. And in freestyle, we do have fan scoring open for that scoring system. So, fans, now is your chance to score some real monster truck freestyles as we're prepared to get underway with Mick, Pagliarulo, and Kraken kicking off freestyle. They're still working and wrenching in the back on Zack Garner's truck after his crazy racing crash. So coming up first in freestyle, it is Nick, Pagliarulo, and Kraken. Mike Christensen should be opening, but similar to Zack Garner, they're still wrenching on his truck, making sure everything looks nice and good. So Nick, Pagliarulo kicking off the freestyle action. Here we go. Big air as we get started. Oh my goodness. What a save for the Kraken as we get started. Now, for those of you fans who are new, some things might seem really cool in these events, but you'll quickly come to learn that these events are so action-packed that some things aren't as rare as you think they are, as Nick, Pagliarulo is off to a very good start. Big air, some crazy saves, and look at that, really walking it down the backside of that bus ramp. So Nick giving us a very, very good start to freestyle. More huge air. Ouch. Trying to save it, but that is over. He is going to leave 74 seconds on the clock with some big breakages. Man, I had a feeling as we were watching that run go down that something was going to go wrong for the Kraken, but I wasn't sure what, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx it. But, yeah, Nick is going to go over pretty early there, leaving 74 seconds. So that scoring window open to get those scores locked in for the Kraken. I do apologize, fans. I actually did the freestyle order wrong. The freestyle order is supposed to be based on overall point standings, not skills placement. So Nick shouldn't have come out quite yet, but he did because his truck was ready to go. A lot of other trucks have been battling some breakages. So setting the bar, Nick, Pagliarulo, and Kraken. So let's take a look at these scores. Fan scores looking huge. It is a 9.87 from the fans. The experts are going to give that a 6.428 just because of the early ending to the run. That is going to be an 8.149. So that is a huge score for Nick Pagliarulo, considering the fact that he left a ton of time on the clock as he kicks off freestyle. So Nick, a pretty good score to kick off the freestyle competition. Coming up next, please welcome Tyler Groth, Velociraptor, Team Throttle Monster Zone. So Tyler Groth switching up teams here, taking it from his own team to Team Throttle Monster. maybe even the biggest independent team there is right now. Team Throttle Monster's gotten absolutely huge. And some big air for Tyler Groth, right as I say the word huge. Clearly he understood the assignment here. He's getting off to a good start. Now, Tyler has had a decent season thus far, but this event has not been great for him. So, if he can make up some points here in freestyle, I'm sure he would be happy to see that. Oh, there we go. A nice little save is a good way to get it done. Tyler Groth and the Velociraptor bringing his own little bit of flair. Huge right there as well. So, nothing super outstanding so far, but just consistently good air and a huge sky wheelie. We saw him do that in skills earlier, which got him a good score. He's going to double down here in freestyle with it. So Tyler, maybe he is setting up for some big air right here. Yes, he is. Over that bus ramp. So Tyler Groth and Velociraptor trying to find his rhythm here. He's definitely had some good flow. He hasn't had quite as good of momentum as Nick did, but Nick also did crash very early, so... Big wheelie once again for the Velociraptor machine as Tyler Groth looks to deliver. 14 Throttle Monster, less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Big air right there. Oh man, almost going over. Very nice save. Another huge wheelie for the Velociraptor. So we have seen a lot of those tonight. This is just a good, consistent freestyle. Nothing too outstanding, but it's nice and consistent, so I'll give him that much credit there. Maybe he's going to set up for some technical moves here to end out the run. As he's walking a little bit of a nose wheelie. So Tyler Groth and Velociraptor, a consistent, pretty well done 2-minute freestyle. Get those scores locked in, fans. Get those scores locked in. That scoring window is a little bit shorter than usual because there is some stream delay, which I can't do anything about. So, because of that, the scores do have to come in right away. So, fortunately, very quick on the scores today. Fan score is going to come in at a 7. Expert score is going to be a 7.25. So, the score tonight is a 7.125 for Tyler Groth and the Velociraptor. That is going to be enough for second place. So, Tyler Groth giving it his best effort. You know what? I wouldn't say it was even his best run of the season, but it was consistent. And on these tours, a lot of the times the drivers just try to go as big as possible, and they forget to just throw in some little things like all those wheelies we were seeing. So that was a nice run there. Breath of fresh air, but it is only going to be enough for second place there for the Velociraptor. Well, we're going to get into the next run here. Coming up next, let's pass it over to a team captain. It's Jamey Garner, Overboard. Jamey Garner has been having an incredible night so far. I don't know if I should say that, actually. He's been having a really bad night. Not him personally, but his team has been having a pretty bad night. Now, Jamey did do a really cool wheelie, so gotta give him credit for that, but the Overboard camp definitely has had better, so Jamey Garner and Overboard looking to double down on his freestyle win from last week. But we're going to have to wait to see if he can get that done here. He is off to a pretty nice start here in freestyle. Big air right there as well. So Jamey Garner and Overboard coming out here. I would say Jamey's one of those guys who, he's not always trying to have the best run. He just wants to get the run that will put the fans on their feet. And I got to respect that. Big air into a car crush. So that was a nice, authentic move from Jamey as he steps it up right there. Jamey, his two signatures are doing interesting backflips and getting huge air. Speaking of huge air, look at that. Straight up into the sky for the Overboard. Oh no. A nice little bit of a save right there for the Overboard, tearing up the body a little bit more. As if his 3 rollovers in the last event weren't enough. Let's give it some more body damage. As Jamey Garner and the Overboard is looking to get another freestyle win. Well, I'll say this is probably the consistently best freestyle run we have seen so far, so definitely going to have to give him credit for that. About 30 seconds left on the clock for the overboard. And Jamey Garner, oh no! He is going to send it. He gets a crazy twist all the way up. That was insane. I thought he was going to go over. But he's going to fortunately keep that truck on all fours somehow. Oh, this might not, though. Jamey Garner overboard. Oh, that is done. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we're going to take the camera off that. Oh. Oh. Fans, give it up for Jamey Garner. That was... Yeah, I can't say this was, exactly the end to the run Jamey Garner was looking for. I'm not sure we're going to be seeing Jamey Garner next week in competition. That might take him out for the rest of the season, but we'll see how things go. So let's hear it for Jamey. He definitely did drive that truck until he couldn't anymore. I'll say that, but rough break. Well, you know, he gave it his all. He went pretty big, but he went a little out of bounds, and I don't think all these fans are going home happy tonight. Fan scores come in. There's a 9.99. Experts are going to give that an 8. That's going to be an 8.995 for Jamey Garner. That is going to put him in the lead here. So Jamey Garner and overboard, giving it his best effort there. Unfortunately, going to push it a little bit too hard. Well, let's get back into the action, fans. And let's bring it back to Team Throttle Monster with Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Mike, an unbelievable competitor. And you know, sometimes it doesn't seem like that, but the thing that makes Mike so fun to watch is you never know when he's going to pull out his wow moment. You know, every few weeks, Mike just does something absolutely unbelievable. And it gets all the fans on their feet, but you never know when to expect it. And that is why it's always so fun to watch Mike Christensen behind the wheel. As he gets off to a nice start here in freestyle. Big wheelie as well, look at that. So Mike Christensen and Vendetta, huge wheelie. Oh, there we go, he's going to walk it into the pits. So we have not really seen something like that so far. As Mike Christensen is trying to keep it nice and unique here. Push the envelope for what can happen on this track. Thought he was going to get a little bit of bigger air right there, but I guess he decided against it, which might be the wiser decision. You know, sometimes you think getting the biggest air is always the best choice, but there are a lot of times where you just want to make sure to fill a little bit more time first, as Mike Christensen is going to take that choice. So still staying nice and consistent here. And there we go. We got some truck breakage going on. Those rear sway bar arms are down. That is not a shutoff here, but it's something to look out for. Big save right there. So Mike Christensen trying to give us the most consistent run so far. I'd say he's delivering pretty well. Very nice wheelie. Straight up and down across the floor and a save. So the Vendetta, you can definitely see that sway bar starting to come into play a little bit more. Because he's going to pull off another wheelie into the pits. So he is definitely really testing out the limits for this course. Big air for the Vendetta right there. Oh man, nice save on those front two tires. Oh yeah, there's some of that sway bar coming into play. Mike Christensen and Vendetta, time does expire right there, so anything else here is just for the fans. There's that time they're going to want to have those scores locked. And Mike Christensen trying to give it some donuts, but I think that truck breakage is going to prevent him from doing anything too crazy. So that's going to put the run to an end for Mike Christensen and Vendetta. Same thing I'll say for Tyler Groth. It wasn't his best run of the season. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it was just a good, consistent freestyle that filled the clock. So, I think that's something to give credit for sure. But, is it enough? Is consistency key for Mike Christensen, or was the lack of a wow factor gonna cost him? Let's see, the fan scores are going to come in at a 6.77. Expert scores come in at a 7.5. That is a 7.135 for Mike Christensen and the Vendetta. That is going to put him in 3rd place currently in the freestyle competition. Fans, let's get back into the action. And let's throw it back to Team Tomfoolery with their own captain, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. I kind of say a similar thing for Matt as I said for Jamey. He's more of a driver for the fans than a competitor. He wants to get the fans on their feet and do some crazy things, but he's not driving to win. So I always respect drivers like that. You know, they're there to be the entertainers. And Matt Pagliarulo off to a nice start here in freestyle. You know, we haven't seen too many fans decide to hit those racing lanes like that. And that's a surprise to me, because I feel like it is a good opportunity to get some decent air. So, Matt Pagliarulo switching things up a little bit. And it looks like already some sway bar issues maybe. That truck is leaning a little bit funny. So, big air though. He's not wasting any time for that. Big wheelie as well. He's going to take that to those crush balls. So Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, he is definitely fighting some sort of issues right now, but he is not letting them slow him down one bit. And that is definitely pretty respectable here. And a very nice slap wheelie. So, always like to see some good classic moves like that. Especially when you don't see them as often, they're going to stand out a little bit more. So, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester giving it a pretty nice run right here. Nothing groundbreaking, just nice and consistent. Which so far has been a pretty consistent thing we've seen tonight. Because consistency has been key for a lot of competitors. So, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester trying to keep it alive, and there we go. He is going to go through those crush cars. Now, where can he raise the bar? Oh, no. Oh! That is how he is going to raise the bar. Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, a hard crash, sheds off that front left tire. I don't know where I got rear from. That front left tire is going to come clean off, and some nice crash madness. He's going to leave 12 seconds on the clock, something to keep in mind. But again, you know, in most of the shows we've seen this season, for both East and West, and pretty much any venue, we've seen them just try to go all out and get all the wow factors they can. So it is nice to see a bit of a different approach to just fill the clock. I've liked seeing that tonight. Nick is the only one that has really completely gone at it here in freestyle, though. So I would like to see that bar raised a little bit higher. So let's see here. Fan scores coming big at 9.75. Experts are going to give that an 8.5. So the official score tonight for the Jester, a 9.125. So that is a big, big score for Matt Pagliarulo. And, you know, I got to give him credit. He has not been having a good season. He is last place in points right now. So it's got to be good for him to get some good points on the board. I'm sure that's going to feel good there. But that is only half of the field, fans. We still have half the competitors left to go. Let's throw it back to Team Throttle Monster with Dalton, Widner, and Shell Shock. Oh, 1 second here, fans. Oh, there we go. I see what the issue is. BeamNG really did reset all the settings here. But Dalton, Widner, big air kicking off the freestyle run. Oh man, Dalton has been having a pretty rough season as well. Because I think he just goes a little bit too hard at it. And I think that definitely is defending my point the way he just started this freestyle, but it might pay off for him now because he went big at the start and didn't crash, so now he just has a good ball rolling for him. So, I don't know, maybe it will pay off for him tonight. Uh-oh. Oh, man, huge sky wheelie for the shell shocked. That's what I'm talking about. Dalton Widner burning it down in freestyle. This takes me back to his stadium debut at the World Finals just 1 year ago. Just not even thinking twice, just sending it on every single hit. That is what you love to see. Dalton Widner and shell shocked. Oh no. Trying to save this against the wall. Maintaining those sidewalls. Oh man, he could not do it. He was really pushing for it, and I'm surprised he was still trying, being right up against that big brick wall. But Dalton wanted to get the save, you could tell. Just unfortunately running out of room as that truck is going to go completely over. Now, I do say this with this tour all the time. Just knocking into the wall is not going to mean anything. Really, I don't care what happens unless a 4-link bar has a broken drive shaft or something, or he is completely into the stands. Those are the only times that it really matters. Other than that, I mean, let them have fun. I don't see the harm in that. So, Dalton Widner trying to get it back at the end of that run. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do that. Fan score comes in huge with a 10. The experts are going to give that an 8.5, a 9.25. Dalton Widner and Shell Shocked is your new leader here in freestyle. Fans, we're going to keep things going here with your skills challenge winner. Let's hear it for Venard, the Black Pearl. Venard, he has been getting pretty crazy in this competition throughout the season. Well, now he's coming out here, Hollow Valley, big air, kicking things off. So when you got almost dead last in racing, but then win a competition right after, you know, what's the vibe coming into freestyle? Is it good because you just won, or is it still bad because you played so badly earlier on in the night? That's what you got to ask when you're thinking of someone in Venard's situation. Well, regardless, I think whether he's feeling good or whether he's still feeling bad, both of those things are going to push him to drive a little bit harder tonight. Oh my gosh! Venard, send of the night. I don't even know if it's possible to get air bigger than that on this floor. And the truck holds up perfectly. Not even a scratch to the body. That is unreal. Venard and the Black Pearl. Oh, there we go. That'll do it. Finally, some breakages for the Black Pearl. He's going to get a second flat tire tonight. So if one flat tire wasn't enough for Cole, why not make it two? Now he's got a battle one in freestyle as well. So we're kind of seeing skills and racing combine. His good luck from skills is these extreme sends he's pulling off, but his bad luck from racing is that flat tire coming right back. So Venard, this has definitely been an interesting night for him. His highest moments and his lowest moments. But regardless, he is just not slowing down. Crazy save over that obstacle. I am loving every part of this. You can see the hood staying up there as that truck is just falling to pieces. Oh my gosh. This is a classic freestyle run from Venard and the Black Pearl. He is just sending this truck at absolutely everything. There we go. Oh, up and over that van. Can he pull out his save right here? He is trying for it. Yes, he can. Venard and the Black Pearl, those 2 minutes come to an end in what was definitely the best freestyle run we have seen so far. And with only 3 competitors left to go after Venard, he very well may have just found himself the freestyle winner, because that was unreal. Let's see here. Fan scores are going to come in at an 8.99. Experts are going to give that a 9.5. It is a 9.245. Oh, what? No. Cole Venard is a 9.245. That's only enough for second? That just doesn't seem right to me. I mean, Cole filled the clock. He had huge air, crazy saves, but he falls second to a driver who left 50 seconds. That is just crazy, but we don't know who the winner is yet. We still have to see how things go here for we still have 3 more competitors, so still quite a bit of action yet to come before we can crown a winner, but I do find scoring to be going very interestingly so far as we are preparing for that next competitor. This driver did have some truck issues, so we are still waiting on him, but it looks like he is about ready to hit the track. So fans, let's toss it over to the final Team Throttle Monster, sorry, not Team Throttle Monster, the final Team Tomfoolery competitor you will see tonight, Mike Pagliarulo, Excaliber. So Mike coming out here, he has to follow up one of the best runs we have seen all year. And I mean, when you're in his position, how do you even do that? Well, good air kicking off the run. That is definitely a good place to start. Oh, there we go. Verticality right there for the Excaliber. Oh no. We might be seeing some sway bar issues returning now for Team Tomfoolery. That front left is not looking good. Oh no, he might have fixed it up right there though on that landing. Look at this wheelie. Unreal. Mike Pagliarulo, he is just going at it right now. We're just barely 30 seconds in, so he still does have a lot of time left to go, but I definitely do respect the effort so far. He is not taking it slow. He is just going at it. So the Excaliber, big air. There we go. Mike does have to pick it up here, I would say, if he really wants to get himself out there. Technical moves. Oh, what a move! Mike Pagliarulo, a bit of a one-tire maneuver for a little bit. Oh, speaking of one tire, he's got one tire down. Now he's running with 3. Another flat tire tonight. So right when I thought Miami had a lot of flat tires, well, Hollow Valley's trying to compete. We're already up to 3, maybe 4 now. This is just getting crazy with these flat tires on this team. Fall Brawl Series East has barely had maybe 1 or 2. Fall Brawl Series West, at least a dozen by now. Certainly. But Mike Pagliarulo and Excaliber, he's trying to keep it up and over, and he's gonna get it back. What a save. Oh, put it in reverse, Mike. What can he do if he wants to end out this run? Oh my gosh. A crazy hard landing. He's going to try and save that, but I think that is just done at that point. What a run for Mike Pagliarulo and Excaliber. He does fill the clock. 2 minutes of crazy action for the Team Tomfoolery camp as Mike Pagliarulo looks to grab his first freestyle win of the season. We are going to see something unprecedented. I don't know how they did this, but the fans somehow managed to put in a score higher than a 10. I did not think that was possible. The fan score comes in at a 10.11. The expert score, that's going to be coming in at a 9.5. A 9.805 is the score for the Excaliber. What a crazy high score. I don't think it's the highest score we've seen in the Fall Brawl, but it is definitely second at best. I mean, that is just insane. Sorry, second at worst. It's either second or it's the highest. I don't know, one of the two. But on that note, fans, only 2 competitors remain coming up next in the runnings for the overall event championship. Please welcome Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Tim Hall Jr. He has been going crazy for this whole series as he looks to get his first Stadium Series next year in the Monster Jam Destruction Series. But it's all going to come down to his performance at the end of the Fall Brawl Series. Here he goes. Tim Hall Jr. getting things started with some big air over that racing lane onto a wheelie. So Tim Hall Jr. and Jurassic attack starting this off very nicely. Now, if I'm Tim Hall Jr. at this point, though, I'm terrified because I want to get the overall win, and I want to get some more wins on the season as well. But I mean, after what Mike Pagliarulo and Venard both just did, respectively, I mean, how do I even beat that? That is what I would be thinking if I were Tim Hall Jr. Huge wheelie, though. That is a good step forward. Look at that slap wheelie as well. So, Tim Hall Jr., he has very quickly accustomed to going on bigger floors like this. He's a natural at this point. Oh, no. Oh, man. Look at how smoothly he put that together. I mean, he wasted no time getting to familiarize himself with these bigger floors, and what a save for the Jurassic attack. Tim Hall Jr., he is showing why he wants to become an overall event champion tonight. He has yet to get an overall this year. He came really close in Egan, but he would come second place with 24 out of a possible 30 points. Right now, he is just going at it. Technical moves, save, and extreme air as he looks to get his first overall event championship of the year. This is amazing. Tim Hall Jr., he has taken a lot of speed. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic attack. That wheel is just running off into the woods. Still going. Wow, look at that thing go. What a way to end the run. The air of the night. That rear left wheel just completely leaves. Sway bars down. That's a tie rod down. Maybe a 4-link bar. I can't even tell what's happening in the back of that truck. What a way to end the freestyle. He's only going to leave 15 seconds unfilled. So, we've seen a lot of drivers go too big too early tonight and leave too much time unfilled. Well, Tim Hall Jr. made sure not to make that same mistake. He kept his run fairly calm until he was almost done, and then he chose to send it. So I definitely do respect that, as Tim Hall Jr. looks to grab that overall event championship. Fan scores are going to come in at a 10. The expert scores are going to come in at a 9.45. It is a 9.725 for Tim Hall Jr. and Jurassic Attack. That is enough for second place tonight in freestyle. Well, fans, this event has been absolutely unbelievable. But with everything that has happened, there is only one competitor remaining here to try and burn it down. So, fans, this is what it all comes down to. This driver coming in to Hollow Valley is the series points leader. But he missed skills and missed out on a ton of points because of that. So now, I'm sure he is going to be on a tear here in freestyle as he looks to make back up his points. Fans, coming up last, let's hear it. Zack Garner and Wildside. Zack Garner, a world champion, the only world champion in this whole lineup, the season points leader. What can he do to find himself atop the freestyle leaderboard? That is the question. Fans, let's hear it for Zack Garner and Wildside. Can he defend his lead? Can he get it done? Let's find out. Zack Garner, he's getting started. Huge air right off the bat. So Zack, clearly not afraid. Oh no. Well, there's the risk of going big early. Zack Garner, first hit of the run, he already has a flat tire. So he spent all this event fixing up his truck for freestyle just for his truck to immediately break as soon as he hits the floor. But that doesn't mean it's too late. He can still get some good points on the board, and a move like that is a good way to do it. Oh no! Oh, fans! This event just was not what Zack Garner and the wild side needed. He needed to come out here and burn it down to defend his lead and be consistent. But instead, that freestyle run is going to come to a very early end. Zack, this has been such a rough event. He has been very confidently defending that series lead for weeks now. And he's just going to come out here and completely toast it to end out that run. It's a tough break because, I mean, Zack had this series in the bag, but after that, I don't even know if he's going to be the series leader. So, fans, that scoring window is coming to a close. That is just such a tough break. I'm sure he wanted to do more than that, but you have to be able to stay on all fours and stay consistent, and rolling over 40 seconds in is never going to be the way to do that. So, let's see. Fan scores coming in for Zack Garner. 1 second here, fans. As he tries to take home some more points. Right after the racing win, too. I mean, he started on such a high note, and then it just got worse and worse as the night went on. Fans are going to give that a 10. Experts are going to give that a 5. That is going to be... It's going to be a 7.5. So, it's a high score for Zack, but I guess compared to some of those lower placing runs, it's not that obscure, but I'm sure Zack Garner had bigger things in his sights. It's definitely a tough break there. No one could seem to get their things figured out in this event, but hey, we're not done yet. You know how we do it on the channel. We don't just go through a show and end it. We have an encore planned. Fans, please welcome, here to bring the show to an end, Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew. One of the best independent drivers in the business. Jerry Beck's going to burn it down. So, fans, with how freestyle just went, Mike Pagliarulo was able to grab the freestyle win, with Tim Hall Jr. grabbing second. And with their placements combined, for the first time this season, we have a tie for the overall event championship, as Mike Pagliarulo and Tim Hall Jr., who were actually tied coming into this show, just tied once again by getting the exact same number of points in the overall. That is something you're not used to seeing. But fans, who am I kidding? We have an encore freestyle to see. Let's hear it for Jerry Beck. Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew coming out here. We've already seen David Olford do an encore freestyle for this tour, so why not take it to David Olford's teammate, Jerry Beck? Jerry he has a legacy. I mean, over a decade of driving, and all the fans, especially with series like the Toughest Monster Trucks Tour, have come to love this guy, Jerry Beck. He's just not afraid to go big. That's what makes him so fun to watch. He'll air it out, he'll get some nice wheelies, and he won't let anything slow him down in the process. So Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew coming out here to get a load of this freestyle run. Huge air, that is what I'm talking about. Oh man! Oh no! Even the encore run is going to come to a crazy end. Jerry Beck sends it, and that front end is demolished. Shocks are out. Four-link bar out. Drive shaft out. Tie rod's intact. Sway bar out. Body destroyed. What an end to the show, fans. I do hope you all enjoyed this event here in Hollow Valley. It was pretty bumpy because I had a lot of settings getting messed up, and there was the PC crash, and not every run was quite up to par, but I think this was a pretty fun show to put on. I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time, especially those of you who are new fans coming in. That was a pretty crazy way to end the show, just with everybody crashing. I love to see it. So, fans, if you are new here, I hope to see you back in a future stream. For the foreseeable future, I'm planning to do an event or two every week. That'll probably follow through up until mid-November, when we'll start to slow down a little bit until 2026, when we'll go into full swing with the Monster Jam Destruction series and everything like that. So I hope you fans enjoyed. This was a pretty fun show. Could have been better at some parts, but overall it was pretty entertaining. So I'll see you all next time with some more Monster Truck.